The U.S. military says it has carried out strikes on Iranian radar sites as the Trump administration continues to pile pressure on Tehran to secure a peace deal. Former German Chancellor Gerhard Schroeder held a surprise one-on-one meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday, according to the Kremlin.
Iran's World Cup squad was granted U.S. visas in the 11th hour, but some of their support staff have been denied entry.
The U.S. military says it has shot down Iranian radar systems and sites in response to Tehran's earlier wave of attacks on Friday targeting the Strait of Hormuz and Washington's Gulf Arab allies. The U.S. Central Command said Iran had earlier launched 7 ballistic missiles targeting Kuwait and the tiny island of Bahrain, 6 of which were intercepted, while a 7th failed to reach its target. The attacks come at a time of heightened tensions as the Trump administration looks to ramp up pressure on Tehran to secure a peace deal. U.S. President Donald Trump says he's confident the war, which started on the 28th of February, will come to an end soon.
One way or the other is finished. It's either finished with a piece of paper or finished a more difficult way, although you could say a much easier way.
U.S. officials have been saying that negotiations over a potential deal are in the latter stages, but have not detailed what sticking points remain between the two sides. Iran has, however, stated that it wants at least $24 billion in frozen assets freed, a U.S. withdrawal from the region, and a permanent truce in Lebanon as part of any arrangement. Former German Chancellor Gerhard Schroeder held a surprise one-on-one meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday, as announced by the Kremlin, in what is a perceived blow to Europe. The Kremlin described the discussion between the pair as friendly, adding that the meeting took place in Moscow. It's not clear what Putin and Schroeder discussed, but the war in Ukraine was likely to top their agenda. Schroeder served as German Chancellor from 1998 to 2005, when his Social Democratic Party was voted out by incoming Angela Merkel. He has subsequently worked for Russian state companies, where he has cultivated a close relationship with Putin, one he often describes as a friendship. Putin has even named the former German leader as the only suitable European mediator to engage in talks aimed at ending the war in Ukraine, a proposition the EU firmly rejected. The meeting comes just days after Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky requested in an open letter a meeting with Putin to explore ways to end the invasion of his country. Putin snubbed the letter, calling it rude, and stressed that there was no reason to meet, a move Kyiv described as evidence of Russia's unwillingness to end the war. Meanwhile, Russian attacks are continuing to pummel Ukrainian cities, while Kyiv also continues to carry out its own counteroffensives targeting Russian energy sites and ports.
Iran's national football team has been cleared to enter the United States for the 2026 World Cup, but the decision comes with major diplomatic restrictions. While all 26 players on the roster received visas, Washington rejected applications for more than a dozen support staff and federation officials. Among those denied entry is Iranian Football Federation President Mehdi Taj, owing to his past command in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. The visa restrictions follow severe regional tensions and active conflict involving the U.S., Israel, and Iran since late February. Donald Trump previously called Iran's participation in the tournament into question, saying it was not appropriate. To minimize their time on U.S. soil, the Iranian squad has relocated its base to the Mexican border city of Tijuana. The team plans to commute across the border for its group stage matches against New Zealand, Belgium, and Egypt starting June 15th in Los Angeles.
Студент.